Hey guys, so I'm going to replace my homemade biofilter. All I'm going to do really is change the outside. I'm using a Rubbermaid trash can, but I don't think it looks all that pleasant. I've had this for like 6 years. I just thought it was time for, you know, an upgrade. So I'm going to be using this. It has no holes, and it's quite nice. So it looks nice up here versus a trash can. Just gonna make the holes, show you how I do that. Okay, so I'm going to be tracing the lines of where I'm going to make the holes on this planter. Trace the holes first, and then I'm going to be making the holes using a drill. This is the point I'm using. Okay, now, so I've added this bulkhead. I'm going to add another bulkhead over here. I'm going to measure that to make a hole, and that bulkhead is going to be where the water is going to come in through a PVC and down there. You can put it anywhere you want. I'm putting it this way just so I can connect it to the pond easier and it won't be sticking out that way, but you pick those sides you want. Okay, so here's the outline I made. I'm going to be making the hole. Okay, so I recycled this from my old filter, but basically you're going to need a long piece of PVC, and you're going to cut it into 4 pieces. One piece, then you're going to need an L or an elbow that's going to connect to another piece that goes down through the middle. And then you're going to need one of these PVCs that has these little lines. This is to connect to another PVC. Okay, so this is again recycled. So here's the other 2 smaller PVCs that I cut from the long one. It's connected to a T. Okay, this T is going to connect to the 2 PVCs. Okay, you can glue this so it's nice and snug. And this is where the other PVC is going to go through. Then you're going to need 2 elbows. Okay, one is going to go one way, and then the other one, you're going to make it point to the opposite direction of the other one. Okay, so this is what you're going to have. So then we're going to get this, and we're going to connect this piece in here. Okay, so this is basically how you connect the PVCs. Okay, so this is what we got. We got the PVC connected to these PVCs that are going to go down. Okay. Okay, so you're going to need a basket. gonna make a slit, a little hole here so the tube goes in through. I'm gonna be adding this inside. Okay, so my basket's inside, and I'm going to add some scrubbies as the first layer. They're gonna be these scrubbies right here. So these are pretty dirty because I'm really just recycling it from my old filter, and I had just assembled it and cleaned it, so I don't really find the need to clean these out, especially since I need some biological bacterias growing in there. The bacteria, the beneficial bacteria, that's what keeps the water crystal clear. What's great about these scrubbies is that the direction of the tubes, the one's going one way, the other one going the other way, it's going to create this centrifuge motion, and that's going to separate the solids from the liquid. So all the heavy debris like soil, sand, rocks, leaves, that's going to settle down. It's going to become like a gunk. And what the basket does is that it prevents anything big that gets through that motion up. Well, it's going to keep it down, so like the big items, like big leaves. And then these scrubbies, they filter that. That way this can prevent any clogging. We're going to have these scrubbies, the big gunk, the big leaves, they will go through the sponges, and then they will clog it. And then the water won't go up, and it will create problems. This is like to prevent that problem. So it's like a pre-filter. The sponges get the smaller items. The bio balls, that's where you're going to create a colony of beneficial bacteria. They're going to break down those microscopic debris or little things, and it's going to clear the water. They're going to eat away at that. The sponges that I'm going to add on top is just an extra filter just in case. The carbon, I'm really just using it to help with the smell. Without it, the water, I've seen that it's been just crystal clear either way. So there's no problem with that. And then the rock is really to make everything nice and snug and tight, because you want to force the water to go through every layer. Once you have all the scrubbies in, we're going to add some sponges. Okay, so I've added about 3 layers of sponges. Notice the way I assemble the sponges. They're interlocking because I'm following the direction of the container. Okay? That way they interlock, and when the force of the water goes up, it will keep them in place. We want to make sure we force the water to go through everything. All the sponges, the bio balls, everything. Okay, so I've added a layer of a pre-filter. It's like a micro filter. The one I'm using is the one used for air conditioner, because I had one lying around. Okay, so I added bio balls. I'm going to add some more sponges on top. Okay, so here is my carbon. This is optional. Just added 2 bags in here. It will depend on how big your pond is, how much you need. So I've added about 2 layers of sponges. I'm going to add these things. I got them from a basket that I just cut up. This is just to hold everything in. And then I'm going to add the rocks on top. Okay, so I've added these interlacing plastic things, and I'm going to add the rocks on top. Okay, so I've added the rocks to the final layer. The water's going to go up here and out through here. I'm also going to add some plants. I have some parrot feathers, that are gonna grow, and then they'll fall off and it'll look very nice. But I'm really liking this. It looks way better than this trash can. Okay, now I'm going to connect the hose to the filter. This hose is connected to this PVC, and this PVC I'm going to add here. Okay, so there's the pump. It's being blocked by the basket. It's to make sure the fish don't go in there and get stuck into the pump. And the pump is connected to this hose, and this hose goes in through here into the tube. It'll go down, go down, and then here there will be a centrifuge motion going on with the water. The water will go back up and go down here and back into the pond.